Psalm 139 is a beautiful psalm. David is reveling in the wonder of God's intimate relationship with him. God knows David's thoughts. God knows his words before he says them. God knows when he's sitting down or lying down. He knows all of David's ways. David recognizes God's protection, building a hedge around him. He acknowledges God's hand on him. David then recognizes that God is everywhere. Not that David wants to get away from God, but he muses that even if he went to hell, God's Spirit would be there with him, that there's nowhere he could go that God couldn't reach him. God's presence is so permeating that there's no darkness where God is. David proclaims that the darkness and light are both the same to God because his light swallows up any darkness. We then have the famous verse about how God forms us in our mother's wombs. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. God knows our frames. He knows what we're made of. We were made with skill. God fashions each heart. Our days are written in His book, and each one ordained before one even began. We were predestined from the beginning of time, predestined to be adopted as sons by Jesus Christ to Himself, according to His good pleasure, to the glory of His grace. He knows you. He chose you. He knew your end from your beginning, so He can know all your going and coming and thoughts and words. He knows you better than you know yourself. He still loves you. He will always be lovingly devoted to you, His chosen child.